Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So, this is going to be a hard video for me to make, because this video is going to be full of I'm stupid moments, and you got lucky moments, and many others. So I would encourage all of you to go down in the comments and say whatever you think, because I'm already going to get in trouble for making this video, because I'm not supposed to even be up on my feet yet. So, before my wife finds this and kills me, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what happened. I was down here working on a tiny house, as many of you know. Now, I had just gotten back from vacation, and I was putting in about 2 or 3 long days down here, and it was hot. I mean, days were spiking out at like 90 degrees. Hadn't been sleeping well, so I definitely was not at the top of my game, but it still does not excuse for what I did and what I did to myself. So, last Friday, alright, and we are recording this Thursday of the week after, so that long ago, I actually fell off a ladder upstairs hanging insulation and fell all the way to the concrete down here below. Now, I was standing on top of a step stool hanging insulation in the roof, which I will show you all this as the video goes on, but basically I fell backwards down the steps here, basically glazing the steps as it went down, and fell. Now when I fell, I got pretty lucky because my elbow caught one of the steps, which keep me from hitting my head, but I blasted my ankle when I got to the bottom. Now the bad part and the worrisome part of this was I already had that ankle repaired because I broke the ball off of it. It actually has 2 screws in it. So I basically picked myself up and like hobbled up to the house. Now Missy was out doing some gig work, and she ended up luckily coming down from Lancaster to come pick me up, and we went in the hospital. Now luckily the hospital wasn't busy, and after 2 hours of sitting in there, forced to be in a wheelchair by my wife, the x-rays were done and they found that they didn't see anything broken, which is amazing because my ankle is still huge. Now, I want to tell you guys that this all happened because I'm stupid. I mean, it's just that simple. Poor decision making. You can actually see possibly back here, there's 2 full sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. I actually have a little walk built that I could have moved out in order to protect myself. So I made a bunch of bad decisions and it cost me. So the first thing I'm going to say is I'm about to show you some pictures, and I'll try to set the camera up and show you my foot now. Now mind you, this is 6 days later, and when you guys see this, you're going to be like, that's really gross and you're really lucky. But everybody that's seen it has said it's the worst sprain they've ever seen. So we don't know, maybe there's some kind of hairline break in there or something, but yeah, it is not good. So I will put the camera down and try and show you guys what I can. It may not show up on camera, and then we'll talk about the actual fall. So I'm not 100% sure if this is going to show up on camera, but a lot of pretty colors there. Pretty messed up, honestly. And realistically, I got lucky. I'll be honest. So now we'll cover the lower end here, and then we'll go upstairs and I'll show you upstairs everything. But what I wanted to show you is, you can see this bunch of plastic. My foot fell in there and it still got as tore up as it did. But there's some things you need to look at here, because that whole pile was pretty much right here. So had I have fallen and that pile still been there, my legs would have caught and my head would have went down. Now I did tuck my head to my chin. I've learned that well enough falling over time. But had I fell just a little more over, I'd have landed on the chainsaw. Or had I fell a little more forward, my back would have been bent over this gas can. Now nothing's been touched down here since it happened. No one's been down here, nobody's touched anything. The only thing I did was I put the stool back up there because it fell too and landed over there. So nothing else here has been touched. So there's a lot of things here that I could have got hurt on. One of them being this board I had sitting here like a dummy. Those are huge screws and they're all the way up the board pointed up. So if I'd have fallen on that, which would have been very easy to do, that would have really torn me up. But let's talk about it, because as you can see right there, that is the insulation that I was hanging, that piece right there. I was standing on the top of that, and if you measure it, I was about 14 foot up when I was standing on that at my feet. Now my head was way up there. So I fell backwards down here, glazed off this step with my arm hitting here, I believe, or here, I'm not sure. But basically, my elbow caught, which slowed my descent, and my ankle hit there, and my back and butt hit here. So, just so you guys kind of have an idea, I went from way up there, bounced off those stairs, and kind of glazed off and landed there. Now, I could have moved that little bridge I built, the platform, back and it would have caught me. But I was already supposed to have gotten help before I did that, taking 2 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood and just covering the hole. You're not going to fall through 3/4 inch plywood covering that hole. Alright? But I got in a hurry because I wanted to get the tiny house done, and I had other things I'm trying to take care of, like firewood and making money and stuff. But in the end, I just caused myself, lost more time, money, everything. Not to mention anything that insurance doesn't cover for this medical bill. Now, I'm going to take you upstairs and show you the downward look. Obviously, with this ankle, I'm not climbing back up on that stool to show you, but I will kind of hold the camera up as high as I can to give you a view of what I saw when I was falling down. Alright, so now we're up about where my head would have been, and I fell backwards down there. So that should give you guys an idea of the distance we're talking about here that I fell, as far as where my head was when I went backwards. It's kind of a decent drop, to be honest, and I'm pretty lucky. So just another little different view from there down to there. So I hope you guys don't mind, I had to sit down. My ankle's killing me, I ain't gonna lie. So, there it is. You know, this channel, we are really good about showing you all our wins and our fails. This was a fail, and it was on me and get in a hurry. And it should be a lesson to everyone. There's always time for safety. Always. And there's so many things I could have done to fix this situation so it didn't happen. Yes, it's a pain in the butt to have to drag 3/4 inch plywood back and forth across this opening every time I want to go down. It's a small price to pay in time versus what I've lost now, because I'm not even supposed to be weight bearing for another week. So yeah, when my wife gets home and she sees I filmed this, she's gonna kill me. So love you, honey, don't kill me. But at the same time, I lost so much time in getting stuff done, it was just silly. It makes no sense. It was a poor decision on my part, and it's just one of those things, and now it's going to cost us time on the tiny house. Now, we have come up with a plan to where we're going to put a chair down here, some ice packs and a cooler, and I'm going to work on the downstairs stuff that is groundwork, such as drilling holes and putting in electric and doing other things to keep things going. And we have other things set up around here just to basically keep the things I do every day going. But the reality is it cost me a bunch of time and a bunch of energy, and it was just a poor decision. So I just wonder how many of you have had one of these in recent times of that was a really dumb decision. Because I know we all do it. I might do it more than others. Because trust me, I have a line a mile long of things like this. Anybody who really knows me knows about the tow truck bed incident. They know about when I was trying to straighten the TV antenna tower and the cable broke, and many others. So I tend to have a lot of these. My wife jokes that I'm going to be wrapped in bubble wrap because she can't trust me. But at the end of the day, things happen. We're going to carry on. I just wanted to be open and truthful, and it gives you a reason to understand why things are going to get done a little bit slower at Tiny House for a while until I can heal. But with that said, if you want to see more of the stupid things I do on a constant basis, go down, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you don't miss any video by hitting the notification bell. Take a moment to give us a like and let us know down in the comments what kind of stupid things you've done, or feel free just to go down there and tell me I'm stupid, because that's okay too. And with that said, I will see you in the next one.